Whoa! You can see the neighborhood in the glass behind me and the fluffy clouds. I'm not sure about this location, but kind of works. It's awfully bright if I go back to where I was. Whoa, with the candle. I have my hair up because it's warm here today. I think it said it was 13 or 14 when I looked earlier. So it's grand here, in case you missed it. I feel like I'm in the wrong position, like you won't be able to see something, or you're seeing too much of my forehead and not enough of my shoulder or something. Anyway, my story for tonight is not very long, but I am hoping that Arlo and Neva and Elijah and Jacob and Isaac and Aaron and Bennett and Kai and Rayan and Merrick and Michaela and Mackenzie and the mums and the other cousins, like the second cousins and the third cousins and stuff, and the friends and the little friends and the the great-grandchildren and the grandchildren of the friends and my cousins. I hope you like this story. Again, it's not very long, and it's a cool one for those in Saskatchewan who had blowing snow again today. Woo! This one's called The Little Penguin. Ooh, I can smell pizza cooking in the oven now. So if you hear the timer go off, you know the oven's going to shut itself off. So this one is by A.J. Wood, and it's illustrated by Stephanie Boy. I think that's how I say her name. I hope I'm correct. It's published by Scholastic, but it seems to have had a really long history as it winds its way from the Templar Company to Scholastic through Dutton's Children's Book, which is part of Penguin Group, USA Inc. But this was first printed by Scholastic in January of 2005. And the author says it's for Nicholas. And the illustrator says it's for Nicholas. And yes, and the person who wrote the actual story says, for Harry, my own little emperor. I really like the dedications of the books. This edition is only available for distribution through the school market. So if you wanted to get this one, you can try looking in your Scholastic school order, but because it's from 2005, you might have to actually order directly from Scholastic itself. Anyway, the colors are really soft and wintry, and I hope they show up even with the blue reflective background. Let's begin. It's so nice to have you. Far away in a land where there is only ice and snow, Big Penguin sat, feeling hungry and cold. He looked down at his feet. There, beneath the warm fold of his tummy, was an egg. His egg. He had been waiting for it to hatch for a very long time. Come on, little penguin, he whispered. So I hope you can see. Let's see. So right here, there's a bit that kind of seems to dunlop over. And underneath it is the egg. And the egg isn't sitting on the ice. The egg is actually on the papa's feet. And the mom and the papa take turns turning and looking after the little egg. They share their warmth with it. Can you see that egg under? Oh, there we go. Now you can kind of see. So it's not sitting on the ice and snow. It's sitting on the dad's warm feet. There's lots of blood that goes there. And of course, from above, it's heated. Let's continue. Days passed. Suddenly, a noise broke the snowy silence. A crack and a beep, beep, beep. Little Penguin had hatched. At last, said Big Penguin, looking proudly down at his chick. Little Penguin was covered in tiny soft feathers as gray as the mist that rolled in from the faraway sea. One day you will be an emperor of the ice, like me, his father told him. Little Penguin gazed up at his father and peeped softly. So there's the egg. Whoops, there's the empty egg. And there's the little penguin. Some of you may have seen Happy Feet, right? And that sort of shows you some of the life of the penguins too. But this is such a nice little soft colored story. Look at the edges. And look at that, they're looking back and forth at each other. Hey, Daryl. Big Penguin carried Little Penguin on his feet to a place where many penguins had gathered. There were Adelies and Chinstraps, Gentoos and Rock Hops and great Emperor Penguins, just like Little Penguin's father. They even look like they're macaroni penguins here. Little Penguin looked at the big penguins with their sleek, shiny feathers and their long, strong beaks. He wished more than anything for the day when he could look like them. There's lots of different sizes and types of penguins, and this picture shows you just some of them, hey? The Marconi or macaroni, I'm not sure which one they're called, are sort of like, whoops, these guys up here with the fuzzy hats. Bebop, says the pizza in the background. There were little penguins too, in a great gray huddle on the ice. We will be safe and warm here while you grow strong, said Big Penguin. But soon we must set off to meet your mother and swim in the deep waters of the ocean. Stay close, Little Penguin, for it is cold and lonely out on the big ice plain. It's easy to get lost. But Little Penguin was too excited by the thought of the sea to listen to his father's warning. Here's another one of their soft, soft feathers, just like the down on geese almost, eh? And here they all are gathered together. Oh, that oven can quit anytime. At last, it was time to begin the journey. Little Penguin stuck close to his father. But as the day wore on, he began to grow bored. Ahead, he spied a bank of snow with a strange creature sitting on top. I wonder what that is, peeped Little Penguin, and he wandered off to take a look. So they're crawling sort of on their bellies across the snow. Do you see that? Little Penguin is bored. Or maybe just distracted. Anyway, what did he find? It was a huge bird. Bigger even than Big Penguin. And who are you? Snapped the bird. I'm Little Penguin. And one day I will be an emperor of the ice like my father. That seems very unlikely, the bird croaked rudely. Look, your feathers are all falling out. Little Penguin looked down in dismay at the clumps of feathers that had fallen to the snow. Snappy bird. The bird doesn't know everything, does it? Hi, Linda. He peeped for his father, but there were no penguins in sight. "What do I do now?" cried Little Penguin fearfully. "Which way did they go?" The strange bird just flapped its great wings and took off into the sky. Little Penguin started to walk across the snow. With every step, more of his feathers fell around him. "Soon I will have no feathers left at all," he peeped sadly. Do you know what's going on for him? He's molting. Not molding, but molting. Let's see what it says next. Little Penguin felt as though he had been walking for weeks when he came across a baby seal. "Who are you?" asked the seal. "I'm Little Penguin, and I'm trying to find the faraway sea before all my feathers fall out." "Then you'd better hurry up," said the seal, "for you will surely freeze once all your feathers are gone." So Little Penguin walked on, even as night fell. Then he noticed something strange in the distance. It looked like a giant sheet of ice, but it shimmered and rippled in the moonlight. Suddenly, two penguins came hurrying toward him, his mother and his father. "We looked everywhere for you," said his mother, nuzzling Little Penguin with her beak. "Come and swim with us in the ocean." Look, Little Penguin doesn't look so little anymore. He's lost all his gray fluffy feathers. There they are, jumping off into the water. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. If you get a chance to see a video of it, watching the penguins jump into the water and swim to catch fish. Let's see what happens next. Little Penguin was so excited that he forgot all about his feathers and dove into the cold blue water. How different everything looked. He watched the other penguins dive and dart through the shadows. They're all swimming. What's that in the shadow? Hi, Mary. "Won't I freeze without my feathers?" Little Penguin asked his mother nervously when they were sitting back upon the ice. "But you have beautiful feathers," exclaimed his mother. "Look!" And when Little Penguin gazed at his reflection in a spot of smooth ice, he saw for himself. His soft gray feathers were gone, but new ones had grown in their place. Sleek, shiny feathers, just like his father's. "Now you too are an emperor of the ice," said Big Penguin. And Little Penguin felt excited and proud, for at last he knew it was true. There he is, just a little bit smaller than his parent. So that's the story of Little Penguin. It's funny, we all kind of grow up to look a little bit like the people around us, right? Sometimes we get interesting combinations and mixtures. And sometimes we just get similar smiles and facial expressions to the people that we hang out with the most. So remember, your face goes out to other people. So you want to try and put a smile on it once in a while so that you can get that smile back from the person looking at you. So, like little Emperor Penguin, remember, when we're small, we still have a ways to go and lots to learn, but with the people around us to help, we'll be okay. Even if it's a bird that doesn't have any advice except to make us nervous. Anyway, that's the story for tonight. The Little Penguin. I hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow with another story. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Sweet dreams. Jesus keep you. Good night.